Hi everybody, I've got some good news for a change. I don't know if you're like me, but you're probably tired of this quarantine. I'm certainly tired of virtual church. I know I am. Virtual church has been great, and I appreciate everybody hanging with us on it. But there's really no substitute for real church, is there? And I miss y'all. I miss seeing your face. I want to hug your neck, but even if we get back together, we can't do that. And so that brings me to the good news that I have to give you today. This week the governor came out and he said on May the 15th, they're going to implement phase 1 of reopening. And so for churches, that means that they're going to allow us to meet together again. But the stipulation is we can't meet with more than 25% of our occupancy. Now, for us on the Monroe campus, that's actually good news because our worship center is so large, that means that we can still accommodate crowds of up to 575 people. It's not so good news on the Bastrop campus. We had expected them to come back and say that you can meet, but you have to limit it to groups of 200. So 25% at the Bastrop campus means that they're only going to be able to have 150 or so in the room at one time. And so what that means for both campuses is lots of multiple services, okay? And I think that's the best way to get at this anyway, to keep everybody safe and keep everyone distanced, is to keep the things as small as possible and still get together. And I got to tell you, I'm excited if 20 people show up just to get back together with church people and to worship together. So here's how it's going to look on the Monroe campus, okay? We're going to do 4 services. The first service is actually going to be on Saturday night. We've never done that before, but we're going to start that because we think that that's the only way we can really keep the services small and still accommodate all of the people who are ready to get back to church. So Saturday night, 6 o'clock, it'll be a contemporary service. And then Sunday morning, we'll do 3 services. The first will be at 8 o'clock. I know that's a little early for the traditional crowd, and it will be a traditional service, but we've got to back it up to fit that extra service in the middle. So we'll have an 8 o'clock, a 9:30, and an 11 o'clock service on Sunday morning. The second 2, of course, will be contemporary. On the Bastrop campus, they're going to do 2 services. The first will start at 9, and the second will start at 10:30. So that's how the service schedule is going to go. We're also going to continue with our online service. So those of you who don't feel comfortable coming back to church, and if you don't feel comfortable, by all means, please continue to worship with us online. We're still going to be monitoring the online uploads on YouTube and Facebook, and I hope that you'll join us there if you can't come and join us here on the campus. I know these are unusual times, and I want to assure you that if you do come worship with us on the campus, that we're going to do everything we can to keep everything as safe as possible. We'll have people opening the doors for you so you don't have to touch doors. There'll be plenty of sanitary wipes and hand sanitizer and all of that stuff. And we have a room that's large enough with the smaller crowd that you can social distance and still be in the same room together. Now, people have asked, what about life groups? Well, we're working through that process right now. Obviously, we can't do life groups on campus because that would throw off what they've requested of us to do in terms of keeping crowd size small. And so Cody is currently walking with various life group leaders, talking with them, asking them, would this work, would that work? And right now we're offering several different options for them to sort of work through to figure out when your life group can get back together. But the good news is we're going to be able to get the life group back together. And so I'm excited. I'm ready to get back together, and I hope that nothing changes between now and May the 16th and 17th so that we can begin to worship again together. But I just want to thank you for your patience. Thank you for working with us. I really think that through this quarantining, we've made a difference in this worldwide pandemic. And I believe that God always has something in play when the world gets as crazy as our world has been. Romans 8:28, for He causes all things to work together for the good of those who love Him, to those who are called according to His purposes. And while we may not be able to see it, we can know and trust that God's working some things out that are going to be as a result of all this stuff we've been through. Thank you for your patience. I look forward to seeing you guys again May 16th, 17th, all right?